lantern, which I did yesterday.
So cool.
Has anyone ever carved a pumpkin before?
Since there isn't a pumpkin patch near my house, I couldn't find a pumpkin or like buy a pumpkin and carve them. So
I see one over there. It's so cute.
Is it for sweets?
Does it have candy inside?
Oh, yeah, a little.
That's pretty good. If anybody wants to eat candy during the Halloween party, please do. I should have brought some, but it's so early here. It's 6 in the morning. I couldn't eat any candy this early. So the market doesn't have any pumpkins in South Korea? You wouldn't find a pumpkin at the supermarket?
yeah, there were none. So
None. It's they're very slimy inside. It has seeds inside and little strings that are kind of slimy. So when you carve them, you have to take them out and they're slimy, and I find that wonderful.
okay.
Where did you find your pumpkin, Catherine?
Oh, I just got it at the supermarket. I wish I could say that I grew it myself or got it somewhere exciting, picked it at a pumpkin patch, but no, I got it at the supermarket.
Did you eat Did you eat
I ate the seeds for this one. I did roast the seeds, and I bought some other pumpkins that I ate the meat from. But these big carving ones are usually not too good for eating. But let me see if I can send some pictures. My beard keeps getting in my mouth. Anybody else have that problem? It's terrible. I'm never going to grow one of these now. Now that I've tried it out, forget it. It's just too messy.
Okay.
Did you guys do anything for Halloween? Olivia and Hun, did you guys do anything today?
Well, my brother gave me some candy, so I just ate them.
Nice.
I also got
That's
some
the most
candies.
important part. Oh, where'd you get your candy from?
Oh, I just got these for a school event.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No candy.
I know I didn't get any candy. I wish I'd gotten some. Hello. So what did you do at school for Halloween?
Just we just gave some candies to each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like our Halloween events. So we just gave some candies each other.
Oh, okay. And what about have you been watching anything spooky?
No, we didn't celebrate Halloweens.
Okay. Yeah, I know you don't celebrate too much. But I always like to watch scary movies. It's something that you can do to celebrate Halloween easy at home. You can terrify yourself until you can't sleep at night. It's pretty good.
Olivia, did you do anything?
Well, in school they didn't celebrate Halloween, though I am 5th grade, and I'm so sad about not celebrating Halloween at school, so didn't celebrate giving candy to each other. So quite upset about school.
Yeah. I always feel very disappointed if I have a Halloween where I don't do something crazy. Even if it's just the teacher's party. At least I get to dress up.
Yeah. Did you do anything, Catherine, this weekend for Halloween?
I did. Let's see. I've been preparing for a long time for Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays. So I did lots of decorating at the house. Let me see if I can send you some pictures. So we decorated the house, And last week I had a scary movie night at my friend's house where I made a big pumpkin soup that I cooked inside of the pumpkin, and my friend made pumpkin pie in these little pumpkin dishes that were really cute. And we lit candles and watched scary movies. And then, let's see, yesterday we carved the pumpkins. I carved the pumpkins with my nephew. And then we watched some kind of Disney spooky Halloween movies because my nephew's old. He's little. He's 4 years old. So yeah, that was fun. I'm trying to think if we did anything else. Just a few scary movie sessions this month.
Yeah,
that's fun.
And celebrating over the course of over a week. You've been building up to it.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna see if I can send some pictures of the Halloween decorations. It's a little hard. What about you?
I didn't do anything. This is my only Halloween celebration.
Oh, at least you got to dress up. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad. Even though it's the morning here as well, I'm happy that I get to dress up. And then I can wash it off after.
Yeah, I know. I have some work to do in town later today, and I thought, oh, it might be hard to take all this off. I'm gonna look crazy.
Do you guys think Catherine should keep her costume on for the day?
For all the, grocery shopping and chores I need to run. These are the pictures from my Halloween dinner party with my friend. That's my pumpkin soup. Oh wait, I had a picture of that. That's my pumpkin soup and the little pumpkin pie. So
pumpkin pie looks so delicious.
Yeah, we had it with ice cream. It was very good. And here is this is what the soup looked like. So I made the soup and put it back in the pumpkin and baked the whole pumpkin in the oven for 2 hours. So it was really fun. And then I do have
15 hours?
For 2 hours.
2 hours.
15 hours would take a while. I've never cooked anything that long, but I have cooked toffee for about 6 hours, except for one time. This is my scary story for today. I was cooking toffee for 6 hours and I went to bed because it was very late. I was getting ready for, a Halloween party, ironically, but I forgot. So in Britain, I don't know if Johannes has ever done this, but you make these banoffee pies and you use the toffee that you boil in a can of condensed milk. So you have this can of super sweet milk. There's like a can of really thick, super sweet milk, and you boil that for 6 hours, but you don't open the can. You leave it closed like a can. You just boil it in a pot. Well, I went to sleep, and then all of a sudden at 3 a.m, pow, there was this huge explosion because I forgot to put more water in the pot, and the can exploded and it shot burning toffee lava all over the kitchen, all over the ceiling. It was crazy.
That's dangerous and scary.
It was also very scary to wake up to the sound of an exploding can of toffee.
How did you clean it?
I did the best I could. I don't remember. I think there were sticks and rags involved.
Do you guys have any scary stories?
Stories?
Well, it's quite a long time ago, but I just remember that when I was sleeping, I thought my dad was out, and someone kind of like tried to unlock the door key to keep the doors, and I thought it was my dad going out and returning home, and tried to lock the door, but it
Cool.
was someone else. So, and it was really like, what do you say? Early in the morning. So, I was
Oh my
really scared about that because Dad was still home and it's somebody else trying to lock the door. So.
Yeah, that's terrifying. That's like a really scary story. That's not like a ghost or that's super spooky. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And Hun, do you have any scary things or scary stories? Or the last time you were really scared?
I can understand this is a scary story, but this is like a terrifying story and a sad story.
Oh,
Yeah?
oh, okay. Tell us.
This is the day before yesterday.
Mhm.
There's a city in Seoul. There's a little city called Taiwan.
Mhm.
154 people died and hundreds were injured in the crushing incident.
Right, that was a big party.
I heard about that. It was so horrible. Oh my goodness. Oh, was it for a Halloween party? Like, were people getting together for Halloween, or was there some kind of event?
Yeah.
Why were there so
Yeah.
many people together?
They died from other people stepping on them. So
Mhm.
yeah, I feel bad for those people, and I couldn't like decorate for Halloween myself. So feel bad for them. So that's why
Oh.
I didn't decorate myself for Halloween.
Oh, how terrible. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And what can we talk about now? I'm so sad now. It's upsetting.
Too. I read the story as well. I was sad about the news and was really shocked at the lack of security and things like that.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Um,
Well, what about you, Johannes? Do you have any spooky stories to tell us? Have you ever seen a ghost or a
scared
zombie?
all the time because I so the last time I was really scared was so I was at home and I live by myself with my cats, which I think you can see sleeping in the background.
Oh, yes. Cute.
So, yeah, and it was nighttime and my lights were on. And then all of a sudden, the lights turned off. And I was really scared because I was like, why are the lights turning off? And then I tried to switch on the light and it wasn't working. So then I looked outside and all of the street lights were off, the whole area's like power. We had a power cut and all of the streets were off, all of the shops, and it was just black outside, basically.
It sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. Like something horrible is going to happen next.
And it all turned off at once. And then the only thing you could see were the cars, because the cars have like lights on the front. So the cars were turning on their lights and you could see the cars driving in the dark, but you couldn't see the road. You couldn't see anything. And then I searched it on Google, like what's happening in my area. And apparently we had a power cut, which never really happens in London. So it was super scary because we're not used to having power cuts. So people were walking on the road and then the lights just turned off. I felt really bad for the people who were outside walking in the dark because there was no light. And even the buses and the cars were like nearly running people over because they couldn't see the people in the street.
Oh my gosh.
So it was really scary. And it was, the power was out for like 2 hours and then it turned on. But luckily I have candles, so I lit some candles in my house. So yeah, but it was super scary because I live in the middle of the city and we never really have a power cut. So yeah, it was super scary.
Well, we had a power cut before, and it was quite a long time. The first day, it was like 6 hours without light, and the next day was like nine hours or more of that. So we all had to go outside, and we couldn't like bake food or something. We can't do without electricity, and our phones, they don't have batteries, and so it was really like, so we had to eat out.
Yeah. 9 hours, that's really long time as well.
Wow,
And
yeah.
I was worried about the most was my freezer, like my fridge and my freezer, because it will just start melting and then all the food will be, expired. So
Yeah, to eat all the ice cream all in one night. That's such a shame.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Have you ever had a power cut, Hun?
We had a power cut, but it was just for like a 10 or 20 minutes.
Oh, that's okay. And what
That's
about
not too bad.
have you ever experienced?
Oh yeah. Well, I live in the country, and we had half the year. Well, actually, I live in Scotland sometimes, but half the year I live in Louisiana, and we had a hurricane go through, a typhoon, and we got our power knocked out for 9 days. So it was intense. And we had a little generator that could make electricity that we could run for like an hour or two a day, and get a bit of internet and turn the lights on and cook some food. And then we'd have to turn it off again because it ran on petrol, on gasoline. And so, yeah. And then we went 9 days without power. But luckily it wasn't, if it had been in the dead of summer, we probably would have just died from heat stroke. Or if it had been in the winter, it could be really cold as well. But it was right. It was kind of in the middle. It was probably late summer. So the weather wasn't too bad, which we were lucky. So we made it. We watched some spooky movies when we turned on the generator and read our books and lit the fire. So it was okay. But I do have a spooky story of something that happened to me. I think that was last year. I know I told everyone at the teachers' party last year, but I was in the house, and we hadn't lit the fire for about 5 days. But we have a fireplace that we put logs into and light a real fire. And I was watching a movie at night, and all of a sudden, the fire just flared into life, like, and we hadn't had a fire for days. I've never seen that happen. It just all of a sudden started, the logs that were already in there started on fire. It's not a gas fire. It's just a regular old-fashioned fireplace. So there's nothing in there that could start a fire. It was crazy. It was very scary. I've never seen that happen.
Maybe it was a ghost.
It was probably a ghost. It was terrifying. Poltergeist. No, I mean, I guess scientifically there was some old red embers down in that log that had just been sitting there for 5 days and not burning the wood, and somehow it just caught. But it just seems just too much of a coincidence. It was very scary.
Wow. Seems to be a lot of explosions happening. You had the toffee and then the fire.
My house is very dangerous. Very dangerous place. I did send some pictures there of the house decorations that we did this year. We put up some little hanging skeletons and bats, and we have pumpkins. I went to the store for 2 pumpkins, and I bought 7 pumpkins. So I bought 2 big ones, and then 3 little ones, and then 2 cooking pumpkins.
I would love to have a fireplace in my house because in South Korea, mostly people lived in apartments, so we can't see some other places with fireplaces.
Yeah.
We only can see fire like nature fire and while only camping. So
Oh, it's fun. Have you ever been camping before?
yeah, my dad likes camping, so we often go camping. So.
Oh, I love to go camping. I always think it's perfect to light bonfire and roast some marshmallows and tell spooky stories.
Yeah. Do you like camping, hon?
I love camping, but I can't
you?
go camping.
Oh,
Why
why?
I didn't go to camping for like in years. So almost like my wish is go to camping.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
To
I
go
don't like
camping. So you just haven't been because you've been too busy, or is there a reason you haven't been camping?
Oh, there's a reason.
Okay. Did you see a zombie last time and now you can't go again? It was too terrifying.
No,
What's your favorite thing to do while you go camping?
Eating marshmallows.
Yes, frozen marshmallows.
Well, it's almost
Mhm.
like the most important thing when you go camping is to eat marshmallows and make s'mores. So, yeah.
It is. That's the best part. Although last time I did something very silly, I wasn't thinking, and I had these long metal skewers that I was roasting the marshmallows with. They were so good, and I had just a piece of marshmallow left, so I went and took it off the skewer with my mouth, forgetting that the metal would get very hot by the fire. And when it hit my lip, I heard it sizzle like a cooking steak on the,
Oh,
on the stove. When and I had this big
oh
burn
boy.
mark. This is very painful. So don't do that when you go camping.
The marshmallow worth it, Catherine? Was it worth it?
Oh, it was worth it. I love to go camping. My favorite. Oh,
Yeah.
so is it getting cold in South Korea now?
Yeah, so I ate cocoa like I eat cocoa these days
Hot
with
cocoa?
marshmallows in it, so I don't need to go camping now. I know marshmallows and cocoa.
That sounds perfect. What about
Yeah.
you, hun? Is
Oh
it
yeah,
cold?
it's very that cold right now in South Korea. So when I came home, I drink some hot waters
Mm-hmm. To
and
warm up a little bit.
hot shower,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then pajamas.
Hmm. Stay warm, right?
I like when it's cold because when it's too hot, you just suffer. But when it's cold, you can put a blanket and drink a hot cocoa and have a hot bath. What about you, Johannes? Are you in London? Where have you
Yeah,
been?
it's super cold
Yeah.
now in London, and the time has changed. So it gets dark really early now. Dark at 4
Yeah.
p.m. There's no sun, so
Wow. When I was there in the summer, the sun would set around 10:30, but then it wouldn't get properly dark until maybe 11:20, 11:30. So you could
yeah,
still see the sun outside. It was crazy.
yeah. But
But
now
yeah,
it's
in the
at
winter,
like 4 o'clock, so we
for
have less
crazy.
sunshine, and
I
I'm so
know.
sad. And where are you, Catherine?
My beard. I'm in Louisiana, so I'm a lot closer to the equator. So our days get a bit shorter, but not that much shorter. Probably the sun will set at about maybe 7:30 or 8:30 instead of I don't know, 9:30. So we don't get that much fluctuation in the length of our days. We do, it will get cold, but not as cold as Britain or South Korea. But we do sometimes have snow or hard freeze. But we don't get the whole 4 seasons like you guys do. We get like a super short autumn, winter, spring, then summer. So it's just mostly really hot. It can get up to like 43 degrees in the summer. It gets really hot here. Yeah.
Wow. 43 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Oh, Celsius. Fahrenheit, it gets up to like, what, 112, 10 or 12? That's on the extreme days. It's usually more like 100, 105, but it can get really, really hot. It's like, feels like it'll kill you. You just have to stay inside by the air conditioner and eat ice cream. There's no other way to live. So
in Korea, guys, do you guys use Celsius or Fahrenheit to measure the temperature outside?
We use Celsius.
Oh, cool. You guys need aircon in your houses? Does it get that hot as well?
Yeah, air conditioner. Yeah. We can't live without air conditioners in hot summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't need it because it never gets that hot. So you guys are really lucky. And Catherine, you're really lucky.
No, I prefer the cold. I actually much prefer the Scottish weather than I do the Louisiana weather.
Oh, Scotland's even colder.
What's that?
Scotland is even colder than London, right?
Super cold. And the days get super short, super long. So, yeah. But actually, it's quite far north. But it's the hot water. There's the ocean currents keep Britain kind of temperate. Because if you go across to Canada, like that far north, people can hardly live up there. In the winter times, they have to wear like ski masks to go outside because otherwise their face will freeze, and they have to walk like to get to work. Oftentimes they'll go underground. They have like series of tunnels that you can get from place to place without dying. It's really extreme over there.
Wow. I don't think I could live somewhere that extreme.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even like I lived in Virginia for a while, which is kind of in the middle of the United States. It's a little bit further north, but it's not all the way north like New York. And we had snow past my knees. Like we had really heavy snows there. And I've never had that in Britain before. So it gets really cold in the United States. I got snowed on in Maine in late April. So it's supposed to be spring.
Yeah, even New York gets super cold. I've never want to go to New York in the wintertime, only in the summertime.
It's way too cold. Very gray and bitter.
Yeah. Does it snow at all?
It snows a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't snow every year. We might have a year or two without snow, but or maybe 3 or 4, but it usually will snow a little bit, but it doesn't really lie. Like it's just too winter. So yeah. Just a bit. I did bring some Halloween riddles. Should we try some?
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's start with a slightly easier one. Some of these are a little harder. Let's see. I have pictures. Let's see if it works. Okay. So this is the first one. Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
You can find me head to toe. I'm a liquid. I make some people faint. And I am in every living being you know. Any idea?
Any guesses?
You can find me from head to toe.
It's a liquid that you find in every living being. What is it?
I think it's just
blood.
water.
It's blood.
Oh.
There is water too.
Yes.
but blood makes people faint famously, where water doesn't necessarily, although there could be. But yeah, some people when they see blood, they just faint. My father gets that way. Just a little, he'll have to like lay down. All right, nice. Okay, let's see. I have more. Let's see if we can go a little more difficult this time. What about this one? This is kind of a classic one, so you might have heard it before. Let's see how we do. Okay. Does someone else want to read this one?
The person who built it sold it. The person who bought it, never used it. The person who used it never saw it. What is it? Now, this is hard.
This is a really hard one. Has anyone ever heard this before? No? Johannes, have you heard this one?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, okay, let's
Well,
see. Okay, person who built it sold it. So if you, I'm trying to see how I can give you a hint without telling you the answer. Okay, it's something, it says, now, probably the biggest point is that it's something spooky and Halloweeny. It says the person who used it never saw it. So maybe their eyes were closed.
Oh. Person who
And
bought it never
they
used
couldn't
it.
see anything anymore. They'll never see anything ever again.
I think it's a bone, but I don't think.
But this is something that's
built a
made,
boat, so.
sold. If you'll never see anything ever again.
I think I have a guess.
What's the guess?
Could it be like a tombstone or
Oh,
something?
so close, so close. It's something that you get inside of. Although I think a tombstone could probably work.
A coffin?
A coffin. So the person who built it sold it. The person who bought it never used it, because usually you buy someone else's coffin, right? If your
Right.
loved one passes away, they don't buy their own coffin. Usually someone buys it for them. And the person who used it never could see it because they were not living anymore. Okay. Yeah, it's creepy. Let's see, there's one. This one might be a little easier. Let's see if this works. Okay, who wants to read it for us?
I am wrapped, but I am not a gift. I am kept neatly in a chamber, and
That's a hard word. Archaeologist.
Archaeologists find me as a great treasure. What am I?
A mummy.
Yes, the mummy. Fantastic. Oh,
Because
Has
it
anyone
is
else?
dreamy. So.
yeah, exactly. And it's all wrapped up. Has anyone ever seen a mummy before in a museum?
No, I never went to Halloween museums. So. Yeah.
Oh. Where did Catherine go?
I think.
Let me see if I can. Oh, she's back.
Yeah, I think there was a mistake or something. So.
Yeah, I think there's something like an internet problem.
It said you've been kicked out of the call. It was just too frightening.
Have you ever seen a mummy in a museum, guys?
I have. Pretty spooky.
Yeah. From
Anybody
ancient
else?
That's super scary.
Huh?
Oh, and
Yeah, it happens every time. I think someone is keep like kicking off like
Wow, kicking all them out.
chairs, so I think it's someone called Kevin. So yeah, I don't know.
The
Yeah, I think it's Mr. Chris Kevin.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
okay.
Did we get a message? We got a message, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, cool. I think the class is over. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't know what time. Yeah, we got finished though.
Okay, let me just quickly check. It says, oh yeah, it's finished. Oh, okay. Well, guys, thank you so much. Super fun.
Yeah, I like the Halloween what do you say? Pumpkin soup. Yeah, I like the idea of it.
Good. And it was really nice speaking to you guys. I hope Olivia and Hun, you have a good Halloween and enjoy your evening.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, bye guys.
Happy Halloween.